Hi, I'm Jason, and I want to take you right now to New York, where there's a building called the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And we're going to look at a painting in that museum that, if you stop and think about it, just might change your life. The painting is Caravaggio's Denial of St. Peter. Randy Kennedy, who's a reviewer for the New York Times, he says that this one painting is a painting that only you can see, because it might mean different things to different people. But if you take the time to look into it, it's quite extraordinary. It was painted in 1610, and Caravaggio left us with this painting as he died not long after it was painted. The amazing thing about this painting is it tells the story of a dramatic moment in the Bible, which is recorded in all the Gospels, where Peter, the apostle who followed Jesus, denies him. When you look at the painting, you can see the tension on Peter's face. You can see that Peter is very much in the spotlight. I don't know if you've ever seen those detective shows when they call someone in to be questioned. Maybe they hook them up to a lie detector and they turn on the spotlight and they say, "Where were you on the night of the murder? Did you kill the victim?" And it's kind of that moment that is captured here by the lighting. The attention is on Peter, and he's asked a simple question: are you a follower of Jesus? Peter has the choice whether to acknowledge this or deny it. Peter does a very interesting thing. His body language shows his hands motion towards him as if saying, "Who, me? Who, me? Can you possibly think it's me?" But then when you look at his face, the expression is strained. You can see on his forehead the wrinkles, the tension. And if you look very closely, you can see in his eyes that tears are welling up. This is one of those moments that is sometimes called in psychology cognitive dissonance. The heart says one thing, the mouth says another. And Peter is torn by this moment. Polonius in Shakespeare's Hamlet says, "To thine own self be true." And this is a moment when Peter, he's denying everything within him, and yet he follows through. The painting also shows the guard, but you can see that the guard's face is darkened. Yet the light reflects off his armor, as if to suggest that there is a clear and present danger. The armor means war. The armor means strength. And this means that Peter's life is under threat. The third character that is seen in the painting is the accuser, the lady who points out Peter to the guard. But she's such an interesting character, and there are many ways that you can interpret just who she is and what she represents in this painting. For some, she's representing evil itself, the temptation that goes out to deny yourself, to deny your beliefs, to deny who you are and who you serve. But for others, she's someone who's inquiring, who has questions of her own. Maybe she's innocently asking, "Are you with Jesus?" Another interpretation is that she's a mischief maker, the kind of person that likes to stir things up. Hey, look, Peter, aren't you one of them? You were with Jesus." And she's telling everyone, as if she wants to get him in trouble. Still a further interpretation, and one I find fascinating, is that the accuser herself is having a deep spiritual moment. She's not actually looking at Peter in the painting, but if you look closer, it's questionable whether she's actually looking at the guard either. Someone has suggested that perhaps she's looking past the guard and getting a glimpse of this Jesus who they're talking about. And she's so overwhelmed that she's transfixed by the moment. The secret code in the painting is the 3 fingers pointed at Peter. 2 come from the accuser and 1 comes from the guard. These 3 fingers pointing at him represent the 3 times that he denies Jesus. He's asked 3 times, "Are you a follower of Jesus? Were you with him?" And 3 times he says, "No, not I." Peter is denying Jesus, and he would have known how important this is. Jesus' words himself were, "Everyone who acknowledges me publicly here on earth, I will also acknowledge before my Father in heaven. But everyone who denies me here on earth, I will also deny before my Father in heaven." Not only is Peter denying Jesus, he's also denying the values and the teachings that he's believed. Take, for example, Jesus' teaching about oaths. Jesus says, "Again, you have heard that it was said of old, 'You shall not swear falsely, but shall perform your oaths to the Lord.' But I say to you, do not swear at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, nor by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. Nor shall you swear by your head, because you cannot make one hair white or black. But let your yes be yes, and your no, no. For whatever is more than these is from the evil one." Matthew records that Peter directly goes against this. It says, "But again he denied with an oath, 'I do not know the man.'" Temptation will get you to deny your Lord. It will also get you to deny the teachings, your own moral values. Peter is denying his own moral values. But before we condemn him, isn't that so easy for us to do? Temptation comes along and we forget what we believe. We forget who we serve, and we forget our own moral values. Jesus said, "You adulterous people, don't you know that friendship with the world means enmity against God? Therefore, whoever chooses to be a friend of the world becomes an enemy of God." He also taught, "Do not love this world nor the things it offers you. For when you love the world, you do not have the love of the Father in you.